Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. My name is Paul-Esupofo. I want to believe you have been enjoying these classes. You have been doing a lot of, and the Lord bless you all for a wonderful thing you're doing. And I must confess that God has been so faithful in keeping us. Today is day 15. Day 15. Can you imagine? We're already in day 15. And this is third week. Day 15 means third week. We have done 2 weeks already. Out of the 90 days, we have done 14 days already. So yesterday we talked about something very, very important and very, very dramatic also. So now we are going to week 3. Week 3. And you know what? Anytime we cross to another week, we always have a little longer time to explain some things, what the week will be and how the week will go. Please, if you are watching from YouTube channel, please, we want to encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are growing higher and higher on it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure you also encourage other people to do. We want to make sure that before the end of this month, you're already reaching that 1,000 subscribers. Sorry, 1,000 subscribers. So the number one, the day 3, the 3 before we go to the quotes of the day 3. This is the outline. This week we investigate ways to our screenplay more dynamic by exploring our antagonists. This work will help to inform our outline by building a more specific relationship to our story. Please forgive me of the sound you have been hearing since yesterday. I'm so sorry, please. I'm so sorry. I just think that I cannot just continue saying sorry all the time. I need to adjust. Maybe I have to adjust the place, and that will be of help if need be. So this is day 15. I will start quotes. I made mistakes in drama. I thought drama was when actors cried, but drama is when the audience cries. Frank Capra. So the title tonight is Dramatic Question. Dramatic question. I, screenwriters, our characters are function of the plot. Our characters are function of the plot. They are archetypes that constellate around the dramatic question. Story is essentially an argument with the dramatic question, being the thesis statement that we are setting out to prove. In the Will Ferrell comedy Anchorman, the protagonist Ron Burgundy want to maintain a men-only in quotes newsroom. He claims that women are inferior, though this claim is plainly a disguise for his terror of women. His deeper fear being that if a woman enters his workplace, he will lose control of himself and his power will be usurped. This is the subtext of the film, and this is the subtext of the sorry for a little bit in transmission there, okay, due to internet, okay. So so this man, the subtext of the film and the nature of the real want for all of the characters, which is desire to be respected. So the dramatic argument is, can men and women work together? Can men and women work together? When the lovely Veronica Cummings Stone gets assigned to the newsroom as a reporter, Ron is outraged. Through the story, the argument is played out, resulting in Ron's shift in perception when he discovers that he's in love with her and does not merely wish to take her to bed. he reframes his attraction to Veronica to something that is not purely sexual, but is also about mutual respect. In doing so, it becomes possible for men and women to work together in the newsroom. In Forrest Gump, all the characters want the same thing. They all want normalcy. His mother wants her son to have every opportunity and is willing to have sex with the local school principal to ensure Forrest's enrollment at the normal in quotes school. Lieutenant Dan loses his leg in the war and subsequently falls into depression, nearly destroying himself from self-abuse as a result of no longer being normal. Okay. Jenny wants to run far away to escape the memory of her abusive childhood so that it can be normal. Forrest Gump, the title character, does not seek normalcy. He's the only character in the story who is content and ironically is showered with good fortune whenever he turns. Now, the transformation in this film is not for the protagonist, but for the audience. We see this, we see through Gump's journey that everything we desire lies within. Everything we desire lies within. Okay? His love for Jenny is pure and never wavers. When this relationship is consummated, it produces a child that Forrest must raise when Jenny dies from HIV/AIDS. Unfortunately, he gets what he wants, to share his life with Jenny through their son. The want gets reframed for the audience when we understand through the protagonist that our desire for normalcy can lead us down to a mirage of dead ends, while our willingness to embrace who we are and live a life of the authenticity can lead to unimagined good fortune. Okay? Now, as we're going on to this one, I want us to know something about developing an outline. In part 3, you will find the 3-act structures worksheets. Please make photocopies of this worksheet. I think if you contact me on WhatsApp, I will make sure that I can get you some things on this exercise. So please just WhatsApp me with the number you have already from our website, www.thesedu.org.ng. thesedu.org.ng. Okay? You understand me? So let's go with that one. In part 3, you will do that. You will see that. So the purpose of this worksheet, we need to make a photocopy of these 3 sheets because you are going to use them a lot. So you need to get it, please. And this is a very good way to know whether you are following these 90 days. All right. So this is a very way. So when you contact me through our website, the WhatsApp there, just click on the website. We'll link it. It will take you directly to me. Okay, from our website. Then you can chat. Okay, then you get your sheet. Now, the purpose of this by presenting it on 3 manageable pieces of paper. Write down in point form whatever images and scene come to you. Keep it brief. Don't worry about the order. In this order, it's likely going to shift. Okay, it's likely going to shift. Sit quietly with these 3 pages and with a separate notebook. And that's why my wife always say, you always have different. See, I have a notebook here. I have another notebook here. There's some books that when I'm just written, maybe a thought is just coming, I just want to point in that one book. Then I'm from that place. Sometimes I also use the sheet of paper and I will keep it. In fact, sometimes when you sit on a sheet of paper of 10 years, you can see it in my house. Because I just want to, then I will rearrange and rearrange. Thank God for internet, who was making a lot of work to become easier. Do you get it now? So those are the things I've also been doing that. So you keep it in. Don't worry about the order. Definitely, there'll be some changes there. So sit quietly with the 3 pages and with a separate book, notebook. Continue to imagine the world of your story, scribbling down ideas, images, and scenes. Then put the scene in point form on one of the 3 pages. As you do this over time, the story will reveal itself. If you prefer to do this on note card, that's fine. But I want to tell people it's not always easy because unless you are in your house, you're rented, or you have your office, you have the studio, you understand, you have access to your studio, nobody's just coming there, it's good for you. Okay? So you can shovel scenes around quite easily. Either way, the point is to be able to scan your entire movie at a glance. This process is all about moving from general to the specific. It is helpful to have a basic confidence in the overall story before we begin focusing on the details. This will help you. Let's go tonight on the writing exercise for today. What is the dramatic question in your story? Please don't forget, go and watch day 1 and day 2. You will understand this class very well. This is the 90-day screenplay classes from concept to polish, written by Alan Watts. Okay, written by Alan Watts. We're using his book to do these. Okay, so number 1, what is the dramatic question in your story? Through this question, do you see the dilemma for your characters? How does this dramatic question get reframed for your protagonist? Number 2, as your protagonist write for 5 minutes. A, the greatest drill THRILL of my life was when ... B, my most painful memory is ... C, I need to be forgiven for ... 3, now do this for an antagonist in your story. When you do this, you'll be able to just post a lot of things, that you'll be able to understand it, and you'll be able to get a lot of homework for the week. Spend a half hour a day working on the stream of conscious writing exercise. You need to watch day 1, day 2, day 3, when I mentioned the stream of consciousness. All right, stream of consciousness. So the homework for the week, we're in the 3rd week, so please just keep it somewhere. Spend at least a half hour a day. Imagine the word of your story. A half hour, that's about 30 minutes, okay? Again, this simply means asking questions of your story. Each answer begets more questions, more choices. Hold them loosely, okay? Don't just be rigid about it. And number 3, spend at least a half hour a day inquiring into the structure question in part 3. Don't just write on a question once. Work with them daily. Okay? The goal is not to plot out our story in a single sitting. It is an ongoing process of developing and experimenting in the hero's journey. What immerse yourself in it and get the result for yourself, and you're going to get a lot of things done. I tell you, I guarantee you. If you do that, you're going to help yourself a lot. I tell you, you're going to help yourself a lot. You'll be able to develop an outline, and you'll be able to get a lot of results. And that's why, let me quickly say this, every area of specialization needs concentration. Every area of specialization needs more concentration. Don't concentrate too much, a small in other one. Now, directing, I just want to see that. I want to watch film. I want to see a lot of things in directing, producing. So my brain is working towards those areas. Training people, I want to make sure it's that. So Alan will say till tomorrow. Paul will say till tomorrow, don't just be creative, stay creative and be a person of creativity. Do have a wonderful day.